Space and practicality. The Atto 3 is just practical enough, but the boot is slightly small compared to some EV SUVs, and it's short of rear headroom. The front of the Atto 3's cabin is very practical. There's a big storage box under the front armrest, and a pair of big cup holders in front of that, which have an adjustable base if you want to put a tall bottle in there. There's a storage space in front of the gear selector with a wireless phone charger. The glove box is okay, and a useful open storage area is under the center console, where you'll also find USB sockets, both kinds, and a 12-volt connector. We have to mention the door pockets too, which are reasonably well sized but which come with 4 elastic strings to hold things in. These strings look like a guitar, and BYD has styled the door panels and stereo speakers to amp that effect up. The strings are actually taut enough that you can strum them and pick out a bass line. Odd, but also oddly enjoyable if you're bored in traffic. The front seats are comfy, but strangely, although they're electrically adjustable, there's no lumbar support adjustment. Space in the back seats. Space in the back of the Atto 3 is mixed. There's lots of room for legs, knees and feet, and the flat rear floor helps if you're trying to squeeze someone into the center rear seat. Headroom is a bit too tight, though, especially with the panoramic glass roof, which comes as standard. Actually, the roof helps a bit if you're trying to go 3 abreast, as if you open the sunblind it actually allows the person sat in the middle a fraction of an inch more headroom. It's a bit of a squeeze even so. The Kia Niro EV is a better bet for rear seat space. We do like the big seat back pockets though, which are subdivided so that there's a big space for a tablet or a magazine, and then 2 smaller pockets for phones or sunglasses. Another bonus is ISOFIX anchor points which don't have covers on them, and there's another ISOFIX point in the front passenger seat, so it's easy to click baby seats into place. There's also a couple of USB sockets, one of each again. The guitar string door bins get another appearance in the back, an encore, but imagine what will happen when your kids realize they can be plucked. Boot space. The Atto 3's boot is a bit small at 440 liters. That's not too bad in itself, but the MG ZS gives you an extra 30 liters for considerably less cash, while the Kia Niro has 35 liters more than the BYD, which does at least outpoint the Peugeot E2008 and Vauxhall Mokka Electric's respective 408 and 310 liters. On the upside, the load space is square and flat, and there's no load lip, so it's easy to get large and heavy items, a suitcase, a box from a popular Swedish furniture shop, in and out. The rear seats fold almost totally flat, which helps, and while there are no handles in the boot to tumble them forwards, it's easy enough to lean in and flick the catch to release them, although there are no retainers for the rear seat belts, so they're going to get caught or stuck behind the seat backs. Oh, and the low set boot release button gets covered in road grime, so you're going to end up with messy fingers. On the upside, there's a false floor under which you can store your charging cables and, praise be, enough room to tuck the rigid luggage cover away when you don't need it. There's no front boot fruit. In the Atto 3, which is odd as there's a recessed space above the front-mounted electric motor that easily swallows a squashy bag or a backpack, yet BYD has chosen not to actually put a properly lined storage space in there.
It's all right. And today I'm going to talk about this, the towing from electric cars, and this is a general video which will apply to most of the electric cars, and there are certain things you need to look out for, but generally, if you have the opportunity to get a service where they can lift the car up and put it on a tow track, a tow lorry, this is the best way forward. Now, I appreciate that it's financially a problem, and it's maybe much easier to ask a mate and you can tow it, but you can cause a huge amount of damage to your vehicle. Now, in this video, I will not be able to show you any electric cars because I don't have any, but I educated myself to help you people, because several of my fans and subscribers, members, followers asked me to do the research and to make this video. Now, Very, very important is that if you were to break down or the car certainly stops and nothing is working anymore, very important for you to know that the car has a hybrid battery which operates the motor, the electromotor, which drives the car back and forward, but it also have an auxiliary battery, which is something like this. This is from a Toyota Prius generation 1. Now, of course, a modern electric car will have a slightly bigger battery, but this is called the auxiliary battery, and this is a normal 12-volt battery. It's not very normal, it's quite unnormal, because it can cost up to £900. So this one was only 150. This is a battery with no maintenance. It has some sort of gel inside, and it's perfect for the stop and go cars. Now, if you're in a situation where there is no display and nothing is switching on and off on the car, then it's very, very likely that this little battery is gone or flat. Now, here is the importance. If this little battery is flat, you won't be able to tow the car, because the parking brakes will be on. It will be automatically, it puts himself automatically in parking. And I mean, you can tow it, but you then can take the equipment and put it in the bin. So it does so much damage. If you tow the car when the parking brakes are on and it's in parking, with the truck you will be able to tow it, but that car is going to be finished. Now, there are certain other things you could do. If it's a front wheel drive, you can use a dolly. You could put the front wheels on a dolly, but you have a problem. The parking brake will be on, right? So the parking brake is normally operating the back tires, so the back wheels. So it's not really an option either. Now, if you put the two back tires, the front and the rear end of the car on a dolly, then you have the problem that the car is still in parking. So, as I said, the only way to really do it, if you have a back wheel drive and the handbrake is working on the back wheels, because then you can put it on the dolly, tow it, because then the front wheels are just they're not connected to any motor. If you have a four-wheel drive, then you're back to square one. Nothing gonna happen. Now, how can you then actually tow it if that little auxiliary battery is gone? Because if that is gone, it doesn't matter if your hybrid battery is fully charged. It's not going to move, because this little battery controls in most of the cars the selection lever, the displays, all the small electronics in the car. Now, you have several options. This is a little machine which I recommend. I mean, these are used for the combustion engine cars, to restart them if the battery is flat. But this little gear certainly would give on this battery enough voltage that at least you can use the selective lever and put it into neutral, to at least you can push the car or ask somebody push the car a little bit away from a danger zone. So this would have enough battery. This would have enough battery to certainly move the car a little bit out of the danger zone. If you're in the middle of a dual carriageway and you break down in the middle or at the red light, you can't really leave the car there for a long time. So you connect this gear onto the battery. Now, in any electric car, the battery is in different places. Normally, it will be in the front, on the left, on the right side. It's kind of easy to locate, because I mean everybody knows how a battery looks like, or most of the people will know. Red, it might be like a red plastic on it, is for the positive and for the negative. I mean, if you don't know anything about, actually literally anything about it, then just get a professional. This video is designed for people who have a little bit of understanding how electronics work, a basic understanding. Now, very, very important is that you can't push an electric car on your own. The seat has sensors, and when there is no pressure on the driver's seat, the car is not going anywhere. So even if your 12-volt battery is on, or you use that gear, what I told you, that equipment, you won't be able to push it on your own because you need to sit on it. Now, there is a trick which is a bit filthy, but you know, in a scenario where you have nothing else to do, you don't have anyone to help you, then you have to take extreme measures. If you find a log or some bricks, put a little bit of a cover on a blanket on the seat, put a big log on it, or some bricks or some tiles or whatever you find on the street corner. That will deactivate the sensor, the pressure sensor on the seat, and then hopefully put it in neutral. You will be able to push the car on your own off of a danger zone. Having said that, if you break down somewhere, you can ask people. I'm pretty sure they help you, and then you just have to sit in the car and being pushed. Now, if you need to tow it longer, and example Mercedes recommends it to not to tow it longer than 50 kilometers, which is around 35 miles, and not quicker than 50 kilometers per hour, which will be what, 35, around 35. Now, the battery, that 12-volt battery needs to be okay. Now, this won't last you 50 kilometers. This gear is just literally to push the car off of the road. Around 80 pounds, I put a link in there. Buy it anyway. It can help you out of a very, very dodgy situation. You can also use it as a battery pack for your mobile phone, to charge your mobile phone. And in a really, really weird situation when you come in life, in the forest, it should. Well, it certainly has the SOS light. I don't know why is it not happening. Oh yeah, here we go. So this is sending out an SOS signal. So when you're somewhere in a place, you could be on a boat, whatever. So this gear is not just for starting the car. This is a very important, this can save your life. I mean, this light in the dark, it goes for long, and everybody really knows the SOS light code. So if somebody sees you, they will know that you're in a problem. So this can be good for many things. What I do recommend, which is a little bit crazy, but I'm coming from a country where you had to find solutions. Stuff wasn't available, so you just had to fix it or make it, and therefore my videos are quite weird, because I'm just a guy who like to make things work. So what would I do if I would an electric car? I would invest in a battery like that, right? Having it fully charged. This is from a Toyota Prius, as I said, generation 1. It's quite cheap, but if you connect this battery to that 12-volt battery with a lead like this, right? Connect, positive, yeah, negative to negative, and then the other end, you connect in your car, obviously red to red, black to black, and this on the other end would certainly give you enough power with that 12-volt battery that you can throw it to the next garage, or at least in a secure area. I'm not sure 35 miles, but it's possible. Now, this is gonna cost you 125 quid. You have it in the boot of your car. Doesn't take much space away, but you can take then the whole battery with that lead and literally put it somewhere on the in the hood, under the hood, because this battery will fit anywhere. In any car, you will be able to put it. Of course, the hood you won't be able to close, but at least it gives you the power to keep the car in neutral. Now, it is not sexy, yes, because the thing will be open, but if someone is towing you with 20 miles an hour, the hood will not go up. It just won't. But of course, you can also secure the hood with a bungee or something. But this battery will fit under the hood and will supply you with the right amount of power for the auxiliary battery to be able to thrown away. Now, of course, if you have the money, these days, if you have an electric car, I suppose you have the money, then just get a tow truck, they lift it up, put it there, drop it off, gonna cost you 450 quid. Or you're insured, you have a breakdown cover, no big deal. Make sure for the breakdown cover, you take a breakdown cover which includes picking up EVs, because not all the insurances have it, and then you don't have to worry about it. I'm talking about here this video for people who are in a distress situation. I know it's long, I know it's 12 minutes, but 12 minutes or spend thousands of pounds, it's up to you. So those are the tips which I gathered for myself. Select the lever, put it into neutral, make sure you sit in the car, make sure the 12-volt battery is on. If it's not on, you will know anyway, because you won't be able to select. And then tow the car only 35 miles with maximum speed of 35 miles an hour. Mercedes recommends 50 kilometers, 50 km/h, which is 35 in miles and in speed. So thank you ever so much to watch this, and I hope it really helped you. This is a general video for all electric cars. I'm pretty sure there will be, or the ones that are coming out, some of them will be different, and some of them, so my video doesn't apply to some of them. But right now, what I'm marketing in July 2023, what I just told you works on 95% of the electric cars out there. Okay, quick recap. If you lose all battery if you don't have any display and nothing is on in the car, it's a high possibility that this auxiliary battery 12-volt one is dead. Those are going normally 5 years. If they die, they just die from one day to the other. You know what to do. You have to use something like this to give it a bit of power to be pushed off of the street, and or use this combination to be able to be towed. Make sure the selective lever is in neutral. Make sure you remain seated in the car while being towed. And if you can't, you have to put some heavy load into the seat, so it deactivates the sensor, and then you can push it yourself for a few meters to take it off of the road. In an emergency, you have to do what you have to do. Right now. Don't get doggies for tuning my channel. Like, share, comment. And of course, if you have any other tips, or is there something which I missed, or you feel that this information is not correct, then please leave me a comment, and I will redo the video, because I don't wanna spread here. I don't want to spread here stuff which is not correct. But as far as I educated myself, and as far as my understanding of this electric vehicles, this is the way forward. Au revoir.